So what is up there, guys? This is Cobb, and in this video I want to talk about Blizzard in general, but most specifically Heroes of the Storm, which is a game that I used to play the crap out of.
I don't know.
Help! Oh, what a fucking leap!
Easy.
Go for the gravity! Oh, sick! Sick! Mine now! The combo! The combo! The combo! Still really do enjoy Heroes of the Storm. It's just fallen a little bit lower on my priority list of video games that I play actively. But back in the days, any of you guys who'll be following the channel for a long time will know how much Heroes of the Storm content I used to post. There was basically a video a week for about a year. We posted quite a lot of Heroes of the Storm content. We'd always play it with the gang, and while I haven't played the game much, in recent times, a lot of memories definitely were made within the game, and it will always have, a special place in my heart. Now, that's not to say that the news that Blizzard are kind of discontinuing Heroes of the Storm in a way, or they're putting it on maintenance mode, they're putting it on life support, they're putting it in Diablo 3 mode, was a surprise. It wasn't really a surprise, right? It's no news to anybody. I don't think that the game has kind of been underperforming for a while now. Blizzard put a lot of resources into Heroes of the Storm to try to essentially milk the MOBA market because they saw how well Dota 2 and League of Legends were doing back in the day. They wanted a piece of the pie, so Heroes of the Storm was born, and while it was a good game, it never really stacked up against the likes of, LoL and Dota. So when I first heard the news that HOTS was being, put on life support, like I say, I wasn't that surprised. I didn't think too much of it. Yeah, it's kind of sad. It always kind of felt a bit like an arcade game to me. And now, that feeling is pretty much been solidified, right? But as I kind of sat with the news for a while, and little extra tidbits of information started to leak out of Activision Blizzard, it started to taste a little bit worse, in the back of my mouth. And I think that it's time I just go ahead and make a video about it. I'm kind of late to the party, but here it goes. So first of all, while I didn't watch much of the Heroes of the Storm stuff at BlizzCon, I do believe that it was during the Heroes of the Storm Q&A, I think, one of the fans got up and asked, is support for Heroes of the Storm going to be, ongoing for the foreseeable future? How are we looking going into 2019? Just how much is the game looking to be supported? And the answer simply was, Heroes of the Storm is going nowhere. We are looking to continue support going into 2019, etc, etc. And then 1 month later, it's like, boom, the game's getting axed. Well, it's not really getting axed, okay? I don't want to overreact with this. I don't want to rile anybody up who hasn't, read up too much on the whole situation, and I don't want to present, dishonest facts. But the game is definitely taking a back seat, okay? And that was... the timing of this news is impeccable. They definitely didn't want to announce this at BlizzCon. Holy crap, imagine if they'd announced this at BlizzCon as well as Diablo Immortal. Oh man, we haven't even got onto that topic yet, but I'm not going to cover that in too much detail. I'm not a Diablo player. Anyway, back to HOTS. So this is one thing, okay, maybe the developers kind of weren't informed about where the game was going, and they only just recently got the news that the esports scene was going to be axed in Heroes of the Storm, and that kind of sucks. But what really sucks, and this is the piece of information that really pushed me over the edge, like, okay, I gotta make a goddamn video talking about this, right? And again, I don't know how new this news is to any of you guys, but I had no idea that a 360-day, a 1 year long experience flask for Heroes of the Storm players was put on sale and sold to many players who were really passionate about the game 30 days ago, or pretty much 30 days ago. Now, what the fuck is that? So not only was support for the game touted to continue well into 2019 at BlizzCon, but literally, 10 days after BlizzCon, a 1 year long experience flask was sold to players, albeit at a discounted price for Heroes of the Storm, so they could level up their account more quickly and unlock any associated rewards, right? I haven't played the game in so long, I'm not going to pretend that I know what experience really does in the game these days. Whether it's changed or not. And then 30 days later, it's announced that, devs are getting pulled from the game, the esports scene is just getting shut down completely, and... wow, man. Another piece of news that has kind of followed this is that, word on the street, word on the grapevine, is that the devs actually had no idea that any of this was coming up until a week ago, until last week, until 2 days before this news was announced by Mr. You think you do but you don't. the dev team just had no clue. They had no goddamn idea. But apparently somebody did at Blizzard, right? This isn't like an impromptu decision. Someone at Blizzard, or some team at Blizzard, probably the money guys, right? They knew that this was going to happen, and yet they let the Heroes of the Storm dev team put things like a 1-year-long experience flask on sale. They let them go up on stage at BlizzCon and say, oh, support for the game is going to be grand in 2019. We're going to be hammering out new content. We've released our first, unique hero to Heroes of the Storm. I forget that hero's name, but looks really, really cool. And they knew that they were just going to axe it, pretty much. It's just so ridiculous. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, man. It's just more bad PR for Blizzard, but we'll get to that in a little bit as well. And another thing that really pushed me over the edge to make this damn video is I didn't consider just how many players and people and just personnel are involved in an esports scene, right? How many casters? Like, I'm familiar with, like, all of the Heroes of the Storm casters, by the way. I watch, like, a decent amount of, Heroes esports. And by a decent amount, I mean, like, a tournament every now and then, right? All of those casters that have spent years making a living playing and casting this goddamn game are just instantly out of a job. A lot of streamers, a lot of pro streamers, a lot of pro players. Man, there must be hundreds of pro players in HOTS, if not thousands. It's not the biggest esports scene, but there must be at least 1,000 goddamn players who have spent the last 5 years of their life playing this game for like 8 hours a day, smashing it, right? Pushing it as hard as they goddamn can, and all of their goddamn hopes and dreams and aspirations of even just being a small-time esports winner, It's not the biggest esports scene, like I say, but being a small-time esports winner, of really achieving something after pushing for so long, gone. Instantly. No warning at all. And you think, I just can't imagine it, dude. 2 weeks before Christmas, if that actually, Jesus, it's like fucking 9 days till Christmas right now, that they're just not going to have a job going into next year. And all of these pro teams will have had to just lay off all of these players because there's going to be no tournaments. And I don't know, it's just the timing is fucking impeccable. I don't know, man. I don't know. To me, this amount of bad PR being associated with Blizzard, or perhaps we should begin calling them Activision Blizzard at this point, is just unprecedented. I can't believe it. I can't believe that in 45 days, or like 40 days, or however long it's been since BlizzCon, just how steep this nosedive has been. Blizzard has gone from being an extremely, respected, people would always talk about, the Blizzard polish on the games, and Blizzard really valuing quality over quantity and things like that. That is completely flipped on its head. And you know what, man? I felt like there was something in the air at BlizzCon. I know it's easy for me to say that now, looking back in hindsight, being like, oh, I knew that this was going to happen. I didn't, okay? I didn't. But there was definitely something very awkward, and something amiss, and something sour in the air when Jay Allen, you think you do but you don't, Brack, was receiving the torch from Mike Morhaime on the stage, right? There's something behind Mike's eyes, and you could almost sense that there was just something wrong. So what have we got now? We've got Overwatch, right? Reusing these same seasonal events over and over. It's been like, I think 3 years now on the bounce, where the seasonal events have been replicas from the year before. So no real new development there. People are pretty discontented about that in Overwatch. In World of Warcraft, do you see the dislike bomb on the goddamn patch 8.1 survival guide? I've got to be honest, I haven't played much of 8.1. I tried it out on stream a little bit yesterday. It was kind of okay, kind of felt exactly the same. And I think that's the complaint that a lot of people have with WoW right now, is that content is being arbitrarily time-gated and kind of drip-released to keep us running on the hamster wheel, and there's just no new content really in 8.1. It just kind of feels exactly the same, right? And then what else have we got? I mean, we got Diablo Immortal. I don't even know what to say about that shit. I feel bad for the devs, I feel bad for the players, I just feel bad for every human right now. Apparently even the Asian market didn't like this goddamn announcement, and it was for them. Like, it's just insanity. And now, final nail in the coffin. Oh god, I hope it's the final nail in the coffin, actually. We can't do with any more nails right now. Heroes of the Storm getting gutted and put on Diablo 3 mode getting put on maintenance mode. Sorry if you played Diablo, by the way. I don't mean to evoke any salty feelings here, but basically Diablo 3 mode, right? I don't know. It just feels like such a huge fall from grace. I don't know what else to say about it. I worry big time for Blizzard these days. They said they've got multiple products in production. You know how excited I was when I first heard that? Like, that news came out, what, like 45, 50 days ago, maybe? It was like just before Blizzcon. We have multiple products in the works. Nothing, nothing we're ready to talk about yet, but we have many, many products in the works and multiple games and this and that. Like, oh my god, man. Are these all gonna be, like, mobile games? Are these all gonna be... I don't know what the hell to think anymore, I was so excited when I first heard that news. I was like, wow, man. They're maybe already working on a new WoW expansion, new Hearthstone stuff. Maybe they're just building some brand new PC titles for us to sink our teeth into. Now I just don't know what the fuck to think, man. Anyway, man, I don't want to jump on the damn bandwagon with all of the Blizzard hate. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt for the time being. It's been a really, really rocky month. One can't help but think that Mike saw this coming. Maybe we don't know how much it's to do with Activision, right? But maybe Mike saw this coming, realized how powerless Blizzard was in many ways to kind of make up for this. Sorry, Luna, do you want the door open? And I don't know, maybe that's why Mike just jumped ship. Maybe he just couldn't bear to be the face of Blizzard and be the figurehead of Blizzard, knowing that this was the direction that things were gonna go. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think down below. It's such a crazy time for Blizzard, dude, and not in a good way. And it breaks my goddamn heart, man. Blizzard have made the best games I've ever played. Pretty much, right? If you're going by time played and brand loyalty and all of that stuff, Christ, man. There was a time when people would follow Blizzard religiously. Now, people kind of look at Blizzard the same way as they look at, EA, for example. Or it feels like that. And again, I can't believe how quickly this has happened. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe if you enjoyed this, I suppose. And yeah, I'm going to catch all you guys just a tad bit later.